doing ministry under authority.
It was,
is a beautiful thing. It's a God-given gift to have oversight, to have accountability, to have wisdom pouring into what you're doing, and then to listen to it.
Yes.
Again, in
Absolutely.
humility. It takes humility to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people who have never been in a band, or especially a church band, they think the musicians on church, they just can do whatever they want and look awesome and worship God. And it's really not like that at all. Like if we want to have a worship experience that resonates with people, then we have to be humble. We have to be willing to say, okay, whatever the worship leader's vision is, I'm going to get behind it 100%, even if it's not something that I agree with. And I've had to do that before. I'm sure you guys have too.
Yeah.
But the trade-off to that is that it changes the spiritual atmosphere of the worship band as well.
Yes.
I don't know how humans can do this, but I feel like we can tell subconsciously when someone is humble and when someone is proud and egotistic. Something just feels different when a band is up there humbly worshiping the Lord.
As believers, it's a tough balance, and I think it takes the Holy Spirit to do it because we're living sacrifices.
Yes.
It'd be beautiful to just say, God, here's a sacrifice, but there's no stewardship in it. There's no seeking for excellence.
Yes.
And that's where the living part comes in. It's a sacrifice burning on the altar before God, but we are stewarding it and seeking for excellence that will bring him glory while we're laying it down.
Yes.
So there's this humility and servanthood, but also stewardship, living at the same time in tension.
Yes.
Man, that takes the Holy Spirit to
It
nail.
sure does. Yeah. Because it's so easy to just want to do it the way everybody else does it. And just like, hey, look at me. Look at all these awesome
Or you see an
things I can
awesome
do.
church on YouTube and you're like, we could do that.
And then you try it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, maybe it's not that easy.
And that, that's another point, is being who God made you to be, as your expression of Christ, and that's what Becca and I in the Sunflowers, we were just very unique. Back in I guess it was like 2008 when we kind of had our rise in recognition nationally, and we met other girl bands, and they were just trying to do, this rock chick thing, or they were trying to dress a certain way, and they were trying to find the label that, I could tell.
Yeah, try the
literally,
character type.
maybe even literally a label, a label to pay for their albums or whatever. But Becca and I really characterize ourselves as worship leaders first, to serve people, to bring them to Christ.
Yeah.
And we wanted all of our lyrics to really amplify Jesus. And I think, where was I going with this? But
You were different. You were very individual.
we were very individual, and I think that was key, because when I would look around and think I could go this direction or that direction with the image or the sound, I kept feeling the Holy Spirit call me back to something that was more authentic and real in me. And then at the end of the day, that ended up carving a path for our ministry that was exactly what God had intended. Instead of me saying, I want to be cool, I want to, get more recognition, I want to fight this out on my own. And
but that attitude shows in everything you do, whether it's Christian music or secular music. Yeah. Something that Aaron Skaggs told me one time is that you're the best way you can worship God is to be the fullest you that he made you to be.
Yes.